Hi everyone, this is our day one class of Java. Okay, we'll go for learn Java. So, first of all, when we are going to learn Java, why Java? Okay, before Java, we have some languages also there, right? So, we have some languages before Java as well. So, typically, Java was introduced around 1995. Okay, before 1995, also, there are some languages. Those are also popular also. Okay, but why people are shifting turning to the Java and it becomes more popular, and nearly if you take the 3 billion devices running on Java, if you when you try to install Java software, it's showing currently 3 billion missions up and running on Java. Imagine how popular it is. And if you take the current market, 10 developer, almost 7 to 8 developers are from Java background. So Java is such a huge technology and we have abundant people and abundant community to support. It is a open source. So it is a open source. That is fine. So then why we learn Java? Okay. Before you start learn any program, first yourself how to ask questions. Why should I learn Java? What is there in Java? So how should I learn Java? Okay. So first, why should I learn Java? The reason is before Java, we have a C++ language, right? So you can also write coding in C languages and you can compile it, you can get the output. How you do within Java similar to that. But the disadvantage of C is suppose you write a program in Windows. So Windows is an operating system. Okay. So you know, right, operating system, what is right? So OS, you can call it as OS, operating system. So I have a Java program. Sorry, suppose I have a C program written in Windows. Okay. Generally, if you want to write any programming language, okay, so you have to write syntax to relate to that particular language, right? So that we can call it as high level language. Okay. So what is high level language? So what is high level language? Here we have a question. What is high level language? Question. So the language which can understand by the human being. Okay. So human being. So if you are writing a code means you should have a knowledge you can understand. Then only you can write, right? So if you understand means, so that is high level language. So high level language means human can understand. Okay. So C is also a high level language. You are writing a C program that is high level language. Okay. So whenever you write high level language, you will execute that language, right? Permission. But is your mission understand your high level language? Mission can understand only mission language or low level language. That is 0 1s 0 1s kind of language. It won't understand like A, B, C, D, F, like that. So machine can understand only machine language. So human can understand high level language. So high level language and whatever language you are writing, okay, that language cannot be understand with a machine. Okay, that means you should suppose you are, so suppose there is a exam. You are, you know English and there is a French version. He doesn't know and English. So you also don't know French. So he knows only French and you knows only English. Okay. How do you both communicate? So you need a translator, right? In between, if you speak English, a person should be there who knows both English and French. He can convert your English to French and Also, he can convert the French to English. So that French person and English person can communicate. He is also same. So you have a high-level language, you are writing a program, and machine can understand only low-level language or machine level language. There is some mediator we have that should convert your high-level language to a machine level language to understand. So that we can call it as compilers. So what is the purpose of compiler? Compiler. Compiler. So what is the purpose of compiler? So it compile your high level language to a mission level language so that uh, that's- so that machine can understand and execute your file or your program. So what is the purpose of compile? Converting high level language to a machine level language. That's it. Compile. So in C program, so you are writing a program. So what is the file extension .c? .c. So in .c, you are writing a high level language. So just assume that, okay? You are writing a C program in .c file. So that syntax is not understood by the machine. So you are using a compiler. So there is a C compiler we have. Okay. So C language we have there is a compiler. C compiler we have. So that compiles your .c file to a .exe file. So that compiler convert your high level language to a machine level language. .c is converted to .exe that you are running on your operating system, Windows operating system. Okay. So that particular file is converted to .exe and it is executed in Windows operating system. You will get output. That is fine, absolutely fine. But the same C file, if I want to run in Linux operating system, again, you are writing a C language for C language is same for either Windows or Linux. Your writing code is same, right? If you if you are using same C Linux operating system, you have to one more compiler that program so that the .c is converted to Linux format. See, whatever after compilation, whatever formats are generated, those are depending on the underlying operating system. That means if you are compiling Windows operating system, that compile file is only executed in Windows only. If you are compiling Linux operating system, the compiled file is only executed in Linux only. That means, so whenever you change operating system, have to compile the program again. So I have only one C file. I want to execute in, I have to compile and execute. So I want to execute in Linux. I have to compile again that C file and execute. That is only depending on Linux only. So I have another operating system. I have to do same process. Compile again. I have to execute. So that means the C program is platform dependent. So platform is nothing but operating system. Which operating system you are going to execute? You have to compile each and every operating system, then only you can execute. This is clear. So suppose if I develop a C program, you are the user, you are using different operating system. So I have to provide each version of means the file you can take and you have to compile individually. So you have to compile in your operating system, Windows, you have to compile your Linux, you have to compile other Mac operating, whatever operating system for your use. So that platform dependent. Okay. So that is the drawback in C. So compilation of file one or two files you can compile. If suppose I have thousands of files, I have 10,000 of files in my project. So every time whenever you change the operating system, you have to compile everything, all the files, right? Okay. So how Java overcome this? Okay. So C program file extension .c for Java program file extension .java. That is fixed. Suppose if you are writing a program in Java, assume that. So Java is also a level language only when we can understand high level language, right? You are writing a Java syntax, okay. And for that you have to compile a program, right? So your understand your mission have to compare, right? Okay. So when you try to compare a Java program, so once you compile a Java program, it won't directly convert .java file to a executable file. So if it is convert .java to executable file, again the executable file is depending on the operating system, right? So it won't convert directly .java to .exe file, that executable file. So if it is converted to underlining it again, it is dependent on platform, but it won't convert. So instead of converting executable file .exe file, it is converting a intermediate file called .class file. Okay, so .java. See, for C program, let me show you. So for C program, so if I take test dot this is C, take this test.c. After compilation, compile, it is converting test.exe. If it is Windows, if it is Windows. So this exe is depending on operating system. If it is Windows exe, only it is working on Windows system. If it is Linux, so if you want to Linux, again you need to compile this test.c again to test.exe. That is Linux only, Linux format. Every time you have to compile for each and every operating system that particular. But if you take Java, test.java, so it is written in high level language. Once you compile after compilation, it won't convert the test.exe file. Instead of that, it convert test.class file. And again, this class file is converted to test.exe file. Okay. So that is different story. So up to this, you can understand. So test.java is convert test.class file. So what is this .class file? The .class file contain the code. So that is code. It contain code. You can also running. See, this can execute. Okay. So that class file is contain binary code. Okay. So the .class file contains binary code. Okay. So this particular binary code is independent of operating systems. And if I want to run, if I want to execute my Java program, I take this .class file and I can directly execute in Windows. I take this .class file I take this dot class file directly execute in Linux. And again, same. I take this dot class file directly execute in other operating system. So that means I no need to compile again. Only this dot class file is enough. Okay. So when this dot class file is generated after compiling, right? After compilation only, right? So this dot class file is executable file. Okay. So that means if you are taking any operating system once you compile, what file is generated? So once you compile .java, what file is converted? Dot class file. So dot class file is generated. This dot class file is independent on operating system. So it won't depending on operating system. So this dot class file can be executed in any operating system. In any operating system. So how it will be executed, that will see later. But up to now, you can understand that. We'll show upcoming sessions that concept. Okay. After compilation .java, you will get dot class file, which is a binary code. So bytecode. This is called bytecode. Okay. So dot class the dot Java file is the dot class file is contain binary code or bytecode. So why we can call it as always bytecode? The each instruction length is 1 byte. The each instruction inside the file is 1 byte. So that is the reason we can call it as bytecode. Okay. So bytecode. So what the dot class file is content? Byte code. The each instruction is 1 byte length. The each instruction inside the file is 1 byte. So that we can call it. So that is the reason we can call it as bytecode. So this bytecode independent, it won't depending on the operating system. That means, and you must ask a question. Suppose you have a .java file. You are writing a .java file program. You are compiling. You are done compilation. So after compilation, what is generated? So dot class file is generated. By mistake, your source file is deleted. So which generally the test.java what we created, that is we can call it as source file. So after compilation, you will be get bytecode within the dot class file. So unfortunately, your source code will be removed. Only you have dot class file. Okay. ఇది delete అయిపోయింది. So you have only this dot class file. You no need to worry that time. From dot class file, by using reverse engineering, decompile, you can get the source file. Okay. This .java file. So that means if you have dot class file, you can execute it. You can get the source code as. So dot class file is that much of important. And it is independent on operating system. It won't depending on any operating system. So if dot class file is independent on operating system means, so dot class file is executable file, right? That means the dot class file you are going to execute. That's so that means your Java is, so the Java is independent on operating system. So Java is independent of the operating system. Reason the dot class file. Okay, got it. So through we have seen why Java is popular means you can compile only once. Whatever file is generated, take that file. That is portable. Take that file, execute anyway. Execute anywhere. So there are so many things to be there, like who is invented Java and what is the first name of Java. So, okay. So, so we need to understand all of these things, okay, before going to the subject. So what is high level language? What is compiler? Okay, you get a point, I guess. What is high level language? Why Java is more important than compared to C, and what is after compilation, what file is generated in Java. So what is bytecode? So these things. Okay. Okay. Next. Oh, so why why is platform independent Java? So whenever you compile a Java program, a intermediate file called generated dot class file is generated. The dot class file will can call it as bytecode. That bytecode is independent of operating system. That bytecode can be executed in everywhere. Okay, in operating system. Oh, this is one line sentence, guys. Okay. So in C language, there is no concept called bytecode or independent file to execute any operating system. Wherever you compile a C program, on which operating system you can compile, that operating system underlining instruction, that executable file is created. That will be executed in only that platform. So that means C is platform dependent. Java is platform independent. So, oh, and so coming to the Java, this Java, why people through they have language programs, right? So why they need a new language? So whatever languages they have, basically this Java language is introduced or invented for a SQL system. Like we have a uh, like we have kind of a remote signaling. For the purpose program they are invented. But after inventing Java, it is not only for that, it's become an internet program. Okay. So it is more powerful than that what they expected. So so then their limitation is for only sounds for devices, digital devices. They have implemented Java, a new language. But seeing the actual power of Java, that is not only for the digital devices. It is also you can do lot more things by using Java. Okay. So like this internet program, we can develop a web applications, we can develop a mobile application. Most of them are using Android phones, right? So Android is developed on what platform? So Java only. So, but the Android software is implemented using Java. So that much popular Java is. And it is also used for internet programming, gamings, in develop gamings also. So, so the development started around 90s. The first release was released around 1997. Okay. So there is a team headed by James Gosling. James Gosling. So he is called as a father after he is a from Sun Microsystem. So the first Java is introduced by Sun Microsystem, a team of member which is led by James Gosling. So they invented this particular Java. So first it's named as a oak, but they developed, but the name oak is already registered. So they think that they have to give some different name. So Java is one Iceland name in Indonesia. So it is producing good amount of coffee seeds. So why if you see the Java symbol coffee, right? So why the symbol? So when they are implementing this program, the group of people is consuming more coffee. So they think that to develop such as a beautiful and excellent software. Okay, consumption of body of them helpful so that. for a that is the purpose. I mean for that. Like, so it is helping, right? So they are putting as a coffee as a simple topic of as the simple first one. So it's like a background story people used to tell, but reality we don't know. Okay. Why coffee cup? For the job. The people who are developing, they are consuming a lot of coffee during the development. So, so such as good coffee help them to develop such a good quality code for that. It meaning some boost kind of thing. Okay. So James Gosling made this program as Java. There is no accounting for Java. It's excellent. So clear. So why it is platform means because of its platform independent. So James Gosling think about like C is already platform dependent. He think that at the time of Java invented his program itself. He think that whatever program we are going to develop that should be independent of the platform. So in that lines only they have developed. Okay, but it is not only the future; it has number of futures. So it has a number of future that we will see discuss in further classes. So only remember is Java is a programming language. It is high level language. What is high level language? Human can understand any language which is understood by human being, that we can call it as high level language. So Java is a programming language. So it is a high level language. It is platform independent. Why it is a platform independent? Whenever you compile a Java, an intermediate file called a dot class file is generated that contains a dot class. So the dot class file is a portable file. It contains bytecode. So it is independent on operating system. Okay. And like if you take any program, so programs are extensions, right? If you take C, dot C. If you take Python, dot .py. Like that, Java also file extension called dot .java. Okay. Any file which has extensions dot .java, you can call it. That is a Java file. So whatever we are writing inside .java, that we can call it as source code. After compiling, it is converted to a bytecode. Okay. That bytecode is independent on operating system. You can execute any operating system like Windows or Linux or any Mac or any. So clear. Next, it is open source. So Java is open source and free. Open source and free license. That means any open source code means we can see that source code which is written by Java people. The James Gosling, who have invented that code, you can see it. So that code, you can see it. You can download Java. You can extract it, comes with a packages along with Java jar files. You can extract the jar files and you can see the source code of the people who develop the code. Java is invented by team, right? They're invented, they are developed some predefined classes and interfaces. Okay. So you can use it for your purpose. If don't want, you can create your own files, your own Java files. Okay. So you can create your own Java files according to your requirement. And if already existing requirement, I mean classes or interfaces that I will talk about later, or existing files already, if you want, you can use, but your users is more than, you can create own files. You can implement. So clear? Okay. Next. That's it today class. The next class will go and install the Java. Whatever the tools we need to require, we can go and install those. Thank you.